What's up, Hot Wheels fans? Hot Wheels Steve here with I'm gonna do a simple haul day video. I've been taking some time off. As you guys know, they've been following me. I've been a little under the weather, was sick and in bed for a few weeks, and then my laptop ended up going down on me, so I couldn't edit a video. So it's been a few weeks since I got to post again, but hey, I'm gonna get in the full swing of things, and we're gonna take a look at something old, something new, and some stuff to look forward to. That's usually how I do it on a haul day. Show you guys what I've gotten recently. But anyways, let's start with something old, and this is going to be kind of old. So this here is the '84 Pontiac Fiero 2M4. I picked this up not too long ago. I think I worked some trades and some different stuff that I had for it. Now this one was actually released in 2011, so it's not super old, but this is something that they did release back in 84, 85, I think 1985. So they released the '84 Pontiac Fiero first in 1985, and this is a recast that just happened in 2011. In '85 they released this first in white. If I have a picture of it, I'll throw it up there for you guys to look at. And then they kind of released them off and on up until about, I want to say about 96. It was just off and on. You know, they'd take a break for a year or two on these, and then they'd roll them back out. But then after 97, they took a break, and they didn't release another one until I think it was 2007. And in 2007, they released a 40 Years of Hot Wheels set, and it came in one of those. And then they took another break for about till 2011, till they brought this one out. And I'll give you guys a closer look at it. Now this one here is a chase piece, and the reason you can tell it's a chase piece is because of the Hot Ones logo there on the tire and the white wall. This was the chase piece. So if you see Hot Ones from 2011 for one of these sets, and you see the white wall on the black what they call a black wall wheel, or I guess it's the Hot Ones wheels, that means it's the chase piece for that. I grabbed it because, you know, it was the chase piece, and I had a bunch of these when I was a kid of the white version. But as I was saying, they brought this back in 2011. So if we flip it over here on the bottom, let me take a look at the date if I can get in there. It says Mattel 1984, 2010. So in order to get that 2010 on there, this had to have been a recast. And since this was released in 2011, my guess is this was recasted in 2010 to release in 2011 under the Hot Ones. And since they've done that, they've released it maybe 3 or 4 more times under the Hot Wheels Boulevard set, I know, in the Retro Entertainment as the Ferris Bueller's Day Off car. And I'll throw a picture of that up so you guys can kind of see that. I always like the movie cars. But anyways, that's kind of the history behind this one. Like I said, this isn't a super old car, but it's got a, you know, it's got a history, a good little lengthy history with Hot Wheels. And pretty cool that they brought this one back, and they've been playing with it for the last, you know, couple of years. I don't know if we'll see them. It could just be like they normally do. You know, they're in and they're out. They'll run them for a few years, and then they'll kind of disappear for a while, and then bring them back maybe. But anyways, pretty cool card to look at. Oh, let me show you the back of the card. That's the other sets from that. I've got a few of those. A few Grand National, I like those. So anyways, cool little card to kind of take a trip down a memory lane, retro lane. All right, so let's get on to it. Now, the next thing I want to show you, I rarely show. I never get to show you guys Matchbox stuff because I'm pretty much a strictly Hot Wheels guy, but I do have a soft spot for their police cars. And the reason being is because I bought a lot of them when I was a kid, because you had to have the police chases in order to play with cars. So Matchbox, actually, when I was a kid, I would always buy their Highway Patrol cars because they looked way better and more realistic than the Hot Wheels one. I still bought a lot of the Hot Wheels ones, which I have, I think, back here. You kind of see that one in there, little Sheriff Patrol and Highway Patrol. So I've got a bunch of those from when I was a kid, but I bought from Hot Wheels, but I still bought a lot of the Matchbox ones, and that was pretty much the only thing from Matchbox I really bought. But like I said, I still have a soft spot for them. That's the BMW M5 Police. Pretty cool looking car. And then I came across 2 more. This one here, which is the Dodge Charger Pursuit. But they always do a really good job on theirs. I think still they do a better job on them than Hot Wheels does on theirs. Now this one I thought was super cool. This was my favorite one from this year from Matchbox, in a flat black. Little police bar on top, push bar on the front. But I thought that one was cool. I thought it was cool enough that I actually bought 2 of those so I could just have one to open. So super cool. Now that the little Matchbox show is out of the way, let's get on to the Hot Wheels that I picked up this past few weeks. First thing I'm going to show you, since we're talking about police cars, is the one from Hot Wheels. So I can kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. So this is the one that Hot Wheels released this year. You guys know I don't get into the fantasy castings unless it's a handful of different cars. But here's Hot Wheels' version of their Highway Patrol car this year, 2010 Camaro SS. If standard castings I'll always go for if it's a real car, but usually fantasy castings I don't, unless it's a handful that I remember as a kid. But here we go. Now look at the police bar on top. You can't even tell it's there. It's almost flush with the hood. It's almost non-existent, and from that angle you can't even see it. But here we have gloss black. We got shiny chrome red around the rim, white plastic bumper, white plastic interior, blue windshield. My guess is they put it blue because they wanted the bar to be blue, which isn't much of a bar at all. Let's look at the front of the car. You can't even hardly tell it's got a bar on it. Now when you look at something like this versus what Matchbox does with theirs, the difference is night and day. Look at the police bar on that one. So almost no comparison between those two. Still a Hot Wheels fan, but man, their rescue vehicles need some work. Anyways, that's it for that. And let's put that over there. All right, so the next thing, I got some, let's see what else I got here. I got some zMAX we're gonna look at here in a second. I'm gonna show you another little favorite so far this year, the 85 Honda CRX. Now the crazy thing is, I wasn't finding these on the shelf. This is from the H case. And I wasn't finding these on the shelves, and I saw plenty of H's out there on the hooks. I wasn't getting to the store until usually at noon. Sometimes I just can't make it there that early. But I just assumed people were grabbing these. But I started showing up early this past few weeks. I've opened 3 H cases this past week. Was at the store first thing. Was actually able to actually open the case myself. And one case didn't have any of these in it. One case had one, and the other case had one. And but they all 3 had a a regular treasure hunt, which was the grease rod. So in 3 cases of opening H cases, I actually found more treasure hunt grease rods than I found of these. So pretty crazy. So anyways, since I only found 2 of them, I grabbed them both because I wanted one to open. So let's see here, which one? I got my other one over here. Let me open this one. This one looks a little bit better. I'll just open the better looking one so we can take a closer look at it. But this is going to be a really popular one, I know, with the customizers. I know a lot of guys that like to customize. I do a little bit myself, but not a whole lot. So I'll give you a little bit closer look at this one. But this is going to be a really popular car. My guess is, since this is the first release of this car, and Hot Wheels knows what they're doing. They know what the Hot Wheels community is getting into right now. They know what we like and what the customizers like to work on and do. My guess is they'll continue to make this one for a while. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes out in a Red Line or a Real Rider series, maybe even a Super. I wouldn't be surprised if they make this a Super eventually, because they know this is going to be a popular one. But anyways, pretty cool little car. All right, and then the next thing I'm going to show you is the Pontiac Firebird. Now, the reason I'm showing you this one next is because this was just as hard to find as the CRX was. And this is from the J case, and I've been through 2 J cases and found one of these. So my guess is more than likely the CRX here and this Pontiac Firebird 73. If I don't see much more of them, and we have a lot of stores where I live. I probably go to 10 or 15 different stores. And so when I don't find very much of one casting, more than likely it'll probably be a carryover. So my guess is this might be a problem. This one and the CRX will probably more than likely be a carryover to the next case, just because there were so few of them. But this was the only one I found out of 15 stores, and being there at least either in the morning or early in the afternoon, I only found this one. Pretty weird, because these aren't like super, you know, there's not like everybody after these. I don't know why they would be so hard to come across, but they were. So anyways, just showing you guys that one. All right, and let's see here, what do I got next? The Ford Shelby GT 350R. Pretty cool little casting, I like that one. This has been probably one of my more favorite Mustangs. Hot Wheels does a lot of different Mustang castings, and it's always hit or miss whether I actually like the year, the particular model they're doing. Usually for the newer Mustang stuff, I don't get into too much, but this one is actually pretty nice. These wheels are the 10SP, which refers to as the 10-spoke. The interesting thing is, and I didn't think to get it out, the yellow Renault that you guys saw, the RS this year, had Trap 5s on it, but if you happen to get it at Target on what they call the spring card, which looks like, I'll show you an older card here, looks like this, it's got the little clouds and stuff on it. If you got it on the spring card, it had, that same Renault had these 10 spokes. So I never even noticed it when I first picked it up, and I should have grabbed two so I'd have one to open, but I never did. So anyways, here's the 15 Jaguar F-Type Project 7. I'm gonna try to move through these next ones a little quicker. 15 Dodge Charger SRT. White's never really worked that great on a Hot Wheels, I don't think, unless there's some color graphics or something a little more wild on it. But anyways, for you Dodge Charger SRT fans, here's one. And then here's another white one, the Aston Martin V8 Vantage. This came out earlier this year in red. I've got that one as well. You know, I like breaking out the other cars that I have, you know, to show you guys the previous ones. I've been doing that in a lot of my other videos, but it takes so much time. Sometimes I'm just not available, and since I'm behind, I'm trying to catch up on some videos. Here we have the 2010 Pro Stock Camaro. This was the Super. I got this one at Target, spring card. But this was the Super treasure hunt that was in that case code. This is one of the few super treasure hunts I haven't been able to get this year. I hit a couple stores as I was pulling out the display case for these, and no Super. No, I take that back. No, I didn't get, actually I didn't make it to a store to see these open. Yeah, I take that back. I made it there a little late, so of course those were gone. So that was one I didn't get to get a hold of. Anyways, pretty cool little car. I actually seen some people comment online and on Instagram how they liked the paint on this one better than they did on that came on the Super. Pretty crazy, but true. Oldsmobile 42 W30. I'm not big into the big plastic wheels on the basic cars, but since I do collect the Oldsmobile 42, it's one that I hated to love because I had to have it for the Oldsmobile 42 collection. Here's another Ford Mustang. Now this is in yellow and red. You guys know I'm not a fan of that mustard and ketchup mix, but it's got enough black on it. It does all right. At least they didn't go with the all red wheels. I've seen some yellow and red, just simple yellow and red cars, and I just really don't like that color combination. But anyways, it's a 2015 Ford Mustang GT. And next I have a Dodge Challenger. Looks like it's a little drift car from the Speed Graphics series. This one has a purple pearl kind of look to it. I don't know if that shows up on camera, but I'll try to get that little bit of light on there so you guys can see that pearl. Pretty cool little color, little Mopar on the hood. Got a lot of glare in here today. And then, let's see here, where's these zMAX at? I'll get to those in just one second. Ford Torino Talladega. Pretty cool little car. If you notice, the tempo kind of has a little off-white or eggshell kind of color to it. At first I thought that was just maybe an issue that they were having with that particular tempo, but I've noticed that Hot Wheels does that on the side of some of these vehicles. They have this tempo or this film that goes across it, kind of gives it a yellowing, maybe more of an aged look. Maybe they like that. I didn't know whether that was on purpose or that was just a byproduct of putting that tempo on there. But if you look at the hood, got the same kind of tempos on the hood, but none of that yellowing. So my guess is that might be more intentional to have that little eggshell kind of color on the side. Anyways, who knows? All right, so next we're going to take a look. I actually had the other one already setting out, but I picked up the black one. The black one was from the F case, and I hadn't shown you that, guys. I got that a few weeks ago, and then I got this one earlier this year in orange. I remember changing oil in cars all the time when I was younger. When I was in my probably mid to late teens, I was doing oil changes at a Tire Lube Express, and all the frame filters look pretty much that color with that black frame logo on it. I like both these cars pretty equally. I like the color of both of them. They did a good job. It's a 2013 Capo Camaro. Gas Monkey Garage got in. If you guys watch that show on TV, they've gotten into a lot of those Capo Camaros I've noticed here recently. So let's see here. Now I'm going to take a look at the 70 Plymouth AAR Cuda. I got this one earlier this year. I don't know if I actually showed you this one already or not. That's on International Card, so I don't know if I showed you this one already or not. But anyways, pretty cool little car. I collect a lot of the AAR Cudas. I got, you know, probably 10 or maybe the 15 from previous years of this one here. And then the 70 Plymouth AAR Cuda from Walmart in the zMAX. And usually I don't like the all red wheels, you guys know that, but they kind of pulled it off on that zMAX. I was kind of surprised at how actually well it looked. You know, of course they tie it into the red pinstripes. And then I actually picked up 2 of those so we could get a better look at them, and because I like to open those zMAX, the ones that I like anyways. So pretty cool looking car. There's about 10 or 15 of these in a dump bin, and so I went through all 10 or 15 trying to find the best looking ones, because with the zMAX you'll definitely see any kind of minor imperfections in them, because it is just that bare metal. But anyways, really cool casting, I think. I love the zMAX stuff, so I had to get one of those, or an extra one at least to open. All right, and then let's see here. Oh, I'll go through this one real quick. Now this is another one that I hate to love. I love the Camaro Z28s and Firebirds. Anything from the 80s I always dig, but I really hated this casting because it was plastic. But I've got a bunch more of Camaro Z28s and IROCs in the collection, so I wanted just to have it to add to the Camaro and the IROC collection. So, but I just really don't care for the plastic molding of the body. I don't know why Hot Wheels chooses. I always say that half the time I see something I don't like, I just say I don't know why Hot Wheels chooses to do X, Y, or Z. But you know, there's got to be something for everyone. Maybe some people, kids who are primarily buyers, maybe they you know, they want to see that kind of stuff and they kind of like that look. But of course, usually when they do that, they're going to do a metal base. So let's see, I wonder what the casting date is on this one. Huh, no casting date. I know it's not going to be that old though. Maybe I'll figure that out later. All right, and then next thing I'll show you guys is the Porsche 356A Outlaw. Everybody was pretty excited for this one when they first saw it this year. It originally came out in flat black. I've got that one somewhere, just didn't pull it out. But pretty cool little car. I saw a couple people when the silver ones started floating out, people were, like I said, I saw a few people call it a zMAX, but it's definitely not a zMAX. It's just silver paint. You can see the fleck and the flakes in it. All right, and then let's see what else we got left. The Chevy Blazer 4x4 in zMAX. Picked that one up in zMAX. I've got the 2 from early this year. They released it in yellow. They are going to release it in red in a later case. And they also released it in the Redline series, which I was just disappointed that the Hot Wheels released this in the Redline series. And it's because Hot Wheels rotates their Redline and Real Rider series back to back throughout the years. And throughout the year. And I wish they would have released this in the Real Rider and you got rubber tires on it instead of the big giant Redline tires that came on it. I have that one and I got the full set, and I haven't uploaded the review on that one yet because I haven't finished it or haven't done it really. But just disappointed they released this year in the Redline instead of the Real Riders. But anyways, here's the zMAX version of it. Pretty cool little logos. I always grab anything zMAX all the time, just like that bare metal. Actually, the wheels on this look better, even though they're plastic. I just don't care for much plastic 4x4 wheels. They still look better than the plastic wheels they put on the higher end Redline Collector series. All right, down to the last 2. So here's the Morris Mini in zMAX from the Art Car series. Pretty cool little car. And then we've got the 76 Greenwood Corvette in a zMAX. I had this one sitting out, so I grabbed it real fast just so I could show you guys the one from earlier this year in red. I think this red one is the only one I've seen so far this year. I couldn't be positive, but I think this is the only other one I've seen so far this year. And I don't know what the other color is going to be. I know the regular Stingray Corvettes, they've released about 3 different colors already in that this year. But told you guys this car, because of the kind of the stars and kind of wild look on it, reminds me of an old show from the 70s called Corvette Summer. Terrible movie, but hey, it had a pretty cool looking car, especially considering it was from the 70s. Let's see, I already opened up this one. I'm not quite sure if I showed you this one already, guys, but from the Art Car series, pretty cool. I don't mind the blue wheels on this one, actually. But I do collect the Combat Medics. It's got an A on the top. The A stands for art. That's why they put that on there. It's kind of got that old school Batman comic book kind of TV series kind of style graphics on it, which is pretty cool. I like that. And then, let's see what we got. Yes, this is you can tell I opened this one already. The package was busted when I got home. I didn't realize it, but the plastic was messed up, so I went ahead and opened it. This is from the Art series, Art Cars. Got an R on the top for the R in art, I'm assuming. So just white with black, a lot of black pinstriping. Now usually the white cars look a little drab to me, but with the black wheels and all the tampos on it, I definitely do like it, especially just considering it's just a white car. Usually white cars don't look that impressive, but it's pretty cool. Like I said, that's why I was saying earlier, if you put enough graphics on a white car, they start to look a little bit better. All right, and then takes care of those and that one. And oh, so I opened this one up earlier, the Rapid Responder. Yeah, I got this from Target on the spring card. I didn't really care about the spring card that much for this vehicle, but I did get this one. And I think I showed you this this one in green from earlier this year. Now, they refer to this one as the Rapid Responder, but it's been released under a bunch of different names previously, and it came out back in '75. So this one has a little bit of history too. This one was actually released in '75 under a name called Ranger Rig. I'll throw one of those up if I come across it. And then they also released it in '75 as just a red, fire truck just like this. And back in '75, in the late '70s, there was a TV show called Emergency. And I remember watching that on the floor of my grandparents' house. If any of you guys grew up watching TV on the floor of your grandparents' house. Now, I did it probably in the 80s, but they were still doing reruns of it in the early to mid 80s. So I was watching it then. But Hot Wheels released a bunch of them from '75 to about 1982 that looked like from the show, but they didn't exactly have all the right stuff on it from the show because, of course, they probably didn't have the rights to it and Hot Wheels would do a lot of that back in the day. If they couldn't get rights to, it was too expensive for them to do a car like a show, they would just make something similar and just alter it enough so they could get away with it. They did that with the DeLorean when they came out with the Turismo, when they couldn't get the licensing from DeLorean. They've done that with the TV show Emergency from back in the day. They did, however, release it just here recently in the retro line, so you can actually buy one of these now in the retro line called Emergency from that TV show, because they finally got the licensing, you know, 30, 40 years later. Probably didn't cost them much. But anyways, they brought that one back. I'll show you guys a picture of that. And but anyways, this one kind of had a little bit of history to it, so I thought we'd talk a little bit about that. They also did a Rescue Ranger, I think in, when was it? Yeah, the Rescue Rangers is what a lot of them were listed under. That's what they called it. But this same casting kind of shares the same base as all those ones previously before it. Same kind of style, and you guys will notice that type of look. This is a similar base, you know, from the grill. This one was actually recasted in 2015 for the Rapid Responder, and so they've been calling it the Rapid Responder, but it's had several different names. But you guys that collect, have been collecting for a while, you guys are pretty familiar with that. So anyways, that's almost, oh, you know what, that's it. I got two things left for you. We got to talk about something to look forward to, but also did want to show you guys one other thing. Here's the Bel Air Gasser. Now you guys know I'm a Gasser fan, and you guys probably haven't seen this Bel Air Gasser around anywhere at any of the stores, because this is actually a custom job that came to me from a guy on Instagram. So people on Instagram that do drawings all the time, and this happened to be one of the drawings. So most of these guys are just like, hey, give me a follow and repost this, and I'll do a drawing at the end of the week or something, or when I hit a certain number of followers, and I'll give it away. Well, I always do those drawings, and do them most of the time that I see them, and I've probably done about 15 or 20 of them, and I actually end up winning one. The odds are pretty hard considering how many people actually get into them. But I got lucky and actually won this one. And the crazy thing is I've only won one other Hot Wheel in a drawing. It was a raffle at my Hot Wheels Collectors Club a couple months ago. And if you guys remember that episode, it was a Candy Striper Bel Air Gasser. So as hard as it is to come across these, and as much as I like them, I guess the universe just wants me to have these things, because it seems like every time there's a drawing with some Bel Air Gasser in it, I end up getting it, so I can't complain. That's definitely a good stroke of luck there. But he put Real Rider wheels and tires on there. I'm going to put his Instagram right here at the bottom of the screen so you guys can follow him. Get on Instagram, guys. It's really easy. Just download the app to your phone and create a username, and you can follow. You can give him a follow. You can follow me. But it's a great way to kind of join the Hot Wheels community in another way, and you know, learn more about this. I like to use it primarily because of the customs. So a lot of people do a lot of customs. So I guess that does it for that one. And then, like I said, I just want to give him a shout out. Appreciate that. It was really cool. He sent it to me. I didn't have to pay for shipping or anything. Just send it to me. But those guys do that kind of stuff on Instagram all the time. All right, so this for something to look forward to, guys. I got that. I ordered 2 cases of the Japan Historics. I got them in about a week ago. Like I said, I was struggling with some technical difficulties with my laptop and stuff like that, being able to get some videos put up for you guys. I'm gonna do a review on that, put that out this weekend. So that's that's basically to look forward to that I have for you guys coming up. And then I think that probably makes it. So that's it. Expect to see that video and some others in the coming weeks. I got a lot of catch up to do, guys. Thanks for hanging out and checking all the stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.